A very good evening, everyone. I welcome all the media persons to the press launch of 5th edition of Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, powered by Hyderabad runners. Now I'd like to call upon the stage Dr.Murali Nannapneni sir, Race Director, Airtel Hyderabad Marathon. So can we have a huge round of applause for Dr. Murali Nannapneni. Now I request Mr. Venkatesh Vijay Raghavan, CEO Airtel Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, to come onto the dais, please. Can we have a huge round of applause, everyone? Now it's time to welcome our chief guest, Mr. K.T.Rama sir, Honorable Minister of IT and Panchayat Raj, Government of Telangana. Once again, welcome the press media persons to the launch of 5th edition of Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, powered by Hyderabad Runners. Hyderabad Runners Society is a non-profit, volunteer-based running club open to anyone with an interest in healthy lifestyle and the benefits of regular exercise. Started in the year 2007 by a small group of runners who shared a passion for running. We have grown to become one of the largest running groups in India with a membership size of 3,200 members. Well, the objectives of Hyderabad Runners is to create an active lifestyle amongst the public, to make running as the most preferred form of fitness, discovering yourself. Well, now to tell you more about this, may I call upon the podium Dr. Murali Nannapneni sir, Race Director, Airtel Hyderabad Marathon. So, एक बार फिर से तालियां हो जाए, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. And good afternoon. A warm welcome to Shri K.T.Rama sir, the IT Minister and the Minister of Panchayat Raj, Government of Telangana, or RAM as is affectionately known. To Shri Venkat Venkatesh Vijay Raghavan, the CEO, Bharati Airtel, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh region, affectionately also known as Venki. To you, all the press corps, the media, the cameramen, and all of you, a warm welcome to you. In fact, this day is for you. The event is also named after you, a press meet. So you are actually the VIPs probably here today. So thank you for coming over. And to everyone else here who is to grace this occasion for a reason, or the one reason or the other, a warm welcome to all of you. So before I start talking about things, I might come here and stand in front of you and talk today as the race director for the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon. But beyond that, I stand here today representing a whole group of tireless, thankless, sacrificing all their days and nights, a huge team of hundreds to thousands of volunteers. I say volunteers because these are the people that don't get paid, they don't get much appreciation, they're always in the background, sitting, doing all their work for the sole reason of the passion of running. And that are all the members of the Hyderabad Runners. So a big hand to all of you. A very small number of you are here today. Without the Hyderabad Runners, none of us would have the chance to be here today to celebrate this moment or to start an event like this. So a big, big hand goes to all of you, tireless and dedicated foot soldiers for running and for the city of Hyderabad. Okay, the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon started in 2011, as you have been told earlier, by the Hyderabad Runners, with the help of various sponsors and partners. And it's named Airtel because Airtel has been our principal sponsor since the first edition, when they came on board without any clue of who Hyderabad Runners were and stuck with us. And today, together, we've become what the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon is. In 2011, we had the first edition with just a little around 100,000 runners. Every year, the number kept doubling, 2012, 2013, to 2014, where it reached close to 10,000 runners. This year, 2015 marks the 5th year of the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon. That year is very special to us, just because it's 5 years and it always feels good to make a celebration. But having said that, we've also realized what has happened is the running energy, the running runners in the city, people who have picked up running as a passion, as a quality of life, has significantly increased in the city. And today we have hundreds and thousands of runners who are running every day for various reasons. And for them to have an event like the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon is the pinnacle of any runners, whether he's recreational, professional, or amateur. For them to have an event with a world-class standard is beyond anything. A city marathon, as is getting popular in India, it has been very popular all over the world, is something that a city owns. It is something that defines a city. So even though this marathon has Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, organized by the Hyderabad runners, primarily it's a Hyderabad event. I know we in India are still at a nascent stage where the whole city accepts it, comes out, takes pride in it, but we are getting there. Hyderabad is getting there in fair bounds. It's the 5th year. Mumbai, in the 11th year, has gotten there to a small extent. So we will, by golly, get there at a much faster pace, where this becomes a huge city event, and that is what we will try to aspire this year. On the 5th year, we are trying to make things a little more different. First and foremost, I will tell you, as in any marathon, the responsibility of the organizers lies on runner safety. This marathon, the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, has numerous events. For the first time, we have 5 events, which includes the all-brand carrying full marathon, which is 42 kilometers on one end, and the little baby run, which is the 3 kilometers on the other end, trying to encourage all spectrums of runners. So it is no simple task to run 42 kilometers, I'm sure you're all aware. That is serious business. And there are certain things in India, particularly the weather, that are not conducive. So from the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, we have always prioritized runner safety. And let me tell you, no other city in India, or even in the world, in all the marathons I've run, has probably taken that extensive measures where more than 200 medical personnel line the route to take care of the runners. So that shows the commitment in runner safety, the commitment in their health and wellness, the commitment in overall safety, in support with the police and the government. This year we are trying to make sure all the athletes, all the runners, the thousands of runners that run this race are safe, whether it is from traffic, whether it is an unexpected event or a calamity. We will have various metal detectors, closed-circuit cameras along the route, because, after all, when an event becomes big and it's popular, who knows, who might want to toss a little balloon around here and there and make fun of things and just cause a little chaos. So for all these, there are extensive planning that goes on in the back, which might not be apparent or visible on the outside. So having said that, a few other thrusts this year would be in terms of runner amenities. Unlike last year's, well, like last year, but a whole lot more this year, we are trying to focus on a larger running pool, an increased runner amenities along the route, great running entertainment along the course. Hyderabad, once again, when I tell you these things, I'm telling you this only to show you how Hyderabad Marathon is so much like, or even more than most of these international marathons. We have 25 aid stations, huge aid stations, where other places might have just about 10 to, or less. We pride in the water and the Gatorade and stuff that we give runners. So we pride in having the volunteer spirit. We had about 1,500 volunteers last year. And this year, again, to mark the thrust on volunteers to get the city involvement, we are targeting for over 3,000 volunteers to come, support, and be part of the event and show how Hyderabad is. To all the runners, 30% of the runners come from out of city, out of state, or out of country. So when you think of, say, 10,000, almost 3,000 plus runners are from out of city. They're coming here on the weekend just to run with their families. So think of the impact it makes on the city. They run along the course. They see our beautiful city. They see the cheering, the power of people. They'll come back and settle here eventually. And they join the IT departments and all the companies around here. So that's what the effect these kind of things have on a city. And that is why a marathon, although is conducted by the runners, is actually a city-based event. And for that, we are absolutely grateful for the participation, for the support we get from our sponsors and partners. As you know, Airtel is always there. The name stands out. You're familiar with that. Like Airtel, there are numerous other partners and sponsors who we will showcase, in the coming days. So thank you all to the sponsors and partners who, without you, no matter how much we struggled and worked hard, we would not have created an extravaganza as we do every year, and as we intend to do this year, an incredible extravaganza. So having said that, I would like to appreciate and thank the sudden energy that the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon has got since last year, and this year by far, an extra boost of, from a physician's perspective, you look at it as a shot of adrenaline into you, and for that, the whole credit goes to the IT minister, K.T.Rama here, because without whose support and encouragement and vision, it's not easy for someone to sit behind who's not a runner, who's not a businessman, but a politician, to pick on the grasp of what is needed for the city. These are the events that make a city what it should be. So without his avid support last year and this year, behind the scenes, it would have been almost impossible to achieve the goals we hope to achieve now. So as a patron of the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, Ramaragaru, thank you so much. And we really owe it to the government of Telangana, the city of Hyderabad. Once again, even the police force have been very supportive, and I'm taking the words of the police commissioner, Mahendra Reddy, who last year, after event said, we need to take this Airtel Hyderabad Marathon and make this the benchmark of any event in the city in how we organize and how we plan. And with those words, we will do that. This year, we will make this as benchmark in every aspect, whether it is planning out our route, planning out management of the crowds, and every other aspect of it. We will try and aspire. And once again, thanks to the tireless and nameless, faceless people that you see sitting here, a few of them, and some behind our backs, the Hyderabad runners. And without that, once again, none of this would have been possible. I might be getting emotional and forgetting what I want to say. So apart from all the other sponsors and the involvement in the city government and all that, there are a few things that we would like to elaborate. I'm sure you will get all that information on a printed form in terms of the route, the races and all that. But we also do have, as every year, we have the timing chips. That's what we track every runner. And we have a lot of other amenities along the course. And this year, we have an expo. A pre-race expo is where runners from all other parts of the country come in to Hyderabad, collect their race materials, get involved for a day before, 2 days. This year, we had planned for a 3-day race expo to increase the whole celebration. Due to the number of events we have decided to extend the expo to accommodate everyone else and to bring about various events and other activities along that day to promote sporting events, to promote running and Hyderabad and such. So people come in with families, stay here and enjoy themselves. All right. So on that note, to make my seemingly long speech shorter, I will take this opportunity once again to thank all of you, to thank the minister, to thank Venki, the CEO of Airtel, for making this happen, and look forward to a wonderful participation from the city, from all the companies. IT companies are wonderful group participants, and I know this year, one more thing, yes, this year, unlike any other year, so far, the number of registrations for the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon have come up to 7,000 runners. Now, that is without any other outside advertisement or anything else. So believe me, what we're expecting this year is close to around 18,000 when you include all our volunteers and everything else. So we are ready for a huge festival at the end of the month in August. So having said that, we are still looking forward to great support from all the IT companies, all the other companies, all your families, friends, everyone to come, run, participate, enjoy. If you can't run and participate, come out on the roads and cheer. Come out and support the runners. We will have various bands, music groups all along the 42-kilometer route. And we will have various other amenities. So come, have fun, and let us have a great celebration for Hyderabad. Let us have a great celebration for running, and let us show the world where Hyderabad has come and what we can do with an event like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you and good evening. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thanks to the Hyderabad runners. I think, and thanks to all my friends here. It's amazing that this event is going to be 5 years old, and this is the 5th edition of the marathon that you're running. Not just as a sponsor, but as a responsible citizen, as one who enjoys living in a city. I think this event is one of the premium events that possibly we're witnessing today. I've had the opportunity to live across 6-7 cities in the last 15 years or so, but I think this city brings in quite a diversity of culture and vibrance, and I think this event is adding a little bit of color to it, much more than possibly in any other city. So thanks to the Hyderabad runners. I think this group is not a very professional group to be organizing a scale of this nature, but the last 2 or 3 years, I think the event has been touching scales that we've never looked before. Last year, I think we did 10,000 plus of registrations, and this year, as possibly Dr. Murali was saying, it's going to be around 18,000 plus. I think that's a huge scale, and it adds to the vibrancy of the city, it adds to the participation of the city, and I'm sure this is one event that probably we would see all the residents of the city enjoying it as it gets staged by the end of next month. Airtel is just not a sponsor for this event, and we've been associated with this event for the last 5 years or so. And I think we've seen this event grow from baby steps. In fact, we don't see ourselves as sponsors. We see ourselves as a very integral part of this organization trying to help build this event. And we are happy the way the event is shaping up, and I'm sure we will extend all our support to ensure that we get this event to scale much more bigger heights. I would like to also thank the Honorable Minister for his support. I think, like Doctor had said, I have seen this event take a different color and scale in the last 2 years with the involvement of the government, with the involvement of the city civic bodies. And I think the humongous support that is coming in from this group is also helping this event to scale up. Airtel always believes in giving back to the cities that we operate in, to this country, and I think one of our objectives has always been to participate in this whole event, whether it's cultural events, whether it is entertainment events, whether it is to participate in the larger scope of Digital India, Digital Telangana, and Digital Hyderabad. I think we would look forward to participate in events that help us give back, both in terms of culture, both in terms of cities, and also in terms of helping us grow the digital economy as well. Our recent endeavors have been in that, and we would continue to do this as well. Once again, let me thank the group for having given us this opportunity. Let me thank Dr. Murali. Let me thank the Honorable Minister for his support. I think this city is seeing a lot more vibrancy in the last few years, and I'm sure as a resident, I enjoy living in this city. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now the most awaited moment has come, the moment what you all were waiting for. It's time for the unveiling of Airtel Hyderabad Marathon 2015 T-shirts and medal by our Honorable K.T.Rama sir.
Firstly, CEO Airtel Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Vijay Raghavan garu, Dr.Murali Nannapneni sir, Murali garu, to all the friends from the media, and to the Hyderabad runners, the volunteers, and everybody else who's here, part of Hyderabad runners, my friend Praveen, Harsha, Rajesh, of course, to all the guys who actually involved me, got me involved last year. I really loved last year's event. That's one thing I'd like to start off with, because It was truly an event which I really liked and loved participating in. In fact, I can't claim I've run the entire 5K. Actually, I fell off in between. Thanks, man. They gave me the medal nonetheless, but thank you. So I did run with my family. I brought my son in, and he enjoyed it thoroughly also. I think as a city such as Hyderabad, a vibrant city, we need more and more events. That is one thing I've been harping on for the last 1 year. Because whenever we meet investors, whenever we meet, newer people and trying to attract international investors especially, we talk to them about a lot of things. We tell them we have wonderful human resources. We tell them we have a very progressive government. We have great policies. We have land. We have power. We have human resources. Everything that you would require to set up your enterprise. But one of the most important things I think that governments typically tend to miss out on is the social capital of a city. And to contribute to the social capital of a city, we need more and more events, and events such as these, especially the Hyderabad Airtel Marathon, happen more often and more frequently. In fact, last year, they were just mentioning that they touched the magic number, the 10,000. But I'm hoping this year they'll double the number, because we are still almost one month away from where we are. And this is even before the publicity has begun, it's already 7,000. So hopefully another 13,000 will not be a big number. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. And secondly, as Murali was mentioning, the entire city administration last year cooperated fully, be it the GHMC or the city police administration or other departments as well. We all cooperated fully and actively, because we believe this is an event that the city basically has to own up. As the citizens of the city as well, I would goad everybody to come out and support, even if you're not running. Just come out and be part of this wonderful event. Last year, like I mentioned, I participated and I loved it. And in fact, I had a lot of my friends tweet about it. A lot of my friends actually promote it. This year as well, we're going to do a much better job, much professional job. And since the numbers hopefully will double, we'll also have to double up our efforts and ensure that the event goes through smoothly. And I promise you all, from the government side, from the administration side, you will have absolute and complete support from our side. And for any event so far, in the last 1 year, as you may have noticed, in fact, Hyderabad stood number 2 in MICE last year, meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions. We had for some time, lost out on a lot of sporting events. In the last 1 year, we brought several events back. We brought the Federation Cup back after almost 9 long years. We got CTL, the Champions Tennis League, happen in Hyderabad. We got the Red Bull show run for an F1 Grand Prix car came here for the first time to Hyderabad. So I can go on and on. In fact, we had several events happen last year. And we are hopeful that more and more events will also come with supporters and sponsors like Airtel. I think definitely more and more events should happen in Hyderabad. Like I mentioned, social capital is something that we have to constantly work on. Last year, we made Airtel Marathon a part of our Happening Hyderabad series. And in fact, when we started Happening Hyderabad, the original idea was that we should have an event every week. So initially it was called 52 weeks and 52 events. But what ended up happening is we had more than 200 events last year. So therefore, this year, in fact, we want to beef up. We want to add more events. We have a lot of prestigious events coming up our way. And as a state, as an administration, in fact, we have not been partial to one event or the other. While we support Hyderabad Marathon, we also supported Hyderabad 10K run. So I think the more events that happen, the better it is. There is no competition as such. In fact, a lot of guys from Hyderabad Marathon, I know, helped Hyderabad 10K as well. So there is no conflict of interest. There is no competition. I think these are all synergistic events that are happening. And I hope that we have more and more of these happen. And I hope Airtel and other sponsors come forward to give these events the much needed fillip. And whatever we can do from the state government side, we surely will and we surely shall. And once again, appreciate Hyderabad runners for organizing. And this is the 5th year in a row. And you've added a couple more events as well. So I wish you all the very best. And I wish that you do definitely, you've done a great job last year. But I would hope and imagine that you will outdo yourself this year as well. Congratulations.
Wish you a very happy birthday. And also, I want to ask you whether you're going to run this year with your family. And I have one question for Airtel. You've talked about some international participants. Who are they and where are they coming from, if you could highlight?
Let me answer this firstly. Yes, I'll run this year as well, but like I said, I didn't complete 5K last year. So hopefully since they have gotten 3K this time around, I'll try for 3K.
I'll probably answer that question. Yes, we've had some inquiries, actually quite a bit of inquiries. We get these mails from athletes in Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia that want to run and come in. And so to put it in a broader sense, we have not confirmed any of these guys, but there are a few who would be in the mid-elite classification of runners internationally. Because getting those runners, when they come in, the correspondence we get, it's actually a much broader aspect involved in that in terms of their financials and all that. But having barred that, we have a lot of sort of amateur elites who are coming in. So we've had a request, and in fact, I've given out letters for their visa applications for runners from Kenya and Uganda. So we should hopefully have them at least in there, if not some from the US. For the previous years, what our general statistics has been, it has ranged from 7 countries to 13 countries being represented for this event. And more than that, as the Airtel Hyderabad Marathon, we want to spurn in the homegrown athletes. We want to encourage local athletes, give them the chance to win the prize money. I'm not saying that we don't want international athletes to come and run, but we are also actively inviting all the Indian Olympic athletes. So all the Asian Games stars, the women runners and all that, we want to showcase them as well. Show them that Indian athletes are also great, wonderful, and we are having all of them. And in fact, the Army is using this as their selection trials because they send all the top Indian marathoners are from the Army. So
my question is for K.T.R. sir. Again, happy birthday to you. Just now I came to know.
That's tomorrow, but thank you.
Okay, she wished you today.
That's all right, thanks.
So I want to know how much running is important for you in your daily life. Like, you more into gymming or running? What makes you important?
Well, my wife keeps complaining that I keep running away from the family. So running as such, I personally am not into running because I have a little bit of a knee problem. But I think exercise is important. I think physical exercise is definitely important because as a country, we know that we are probably the country with the largest pool of diabetic population, and these are lifestyle diseases. Basically, it's not even a disease; it's a lifestyle ailment. And I think if we have to overcome such things, I think the sedentary lifestyles have to be. మనం ఏదైతే ఇప్పుడు స్టాటిక్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నామో, కార్లు కానీ బండ్లు కానీ ఎక్కడం దిగడం తప్ప మనం ఫిజికల్ ఎగ్జాషన్ కానీ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కానీ లేకుండా ఏదైతే జీవితాన్ని గడుపుతున్నామో దానివల్ల చాలా ఇబ్బందులు వస్తున్నాయి మన దైనందిన జీవితంలో కూడా. పిల్లలకు కూడా స్కూళ్ళకు కూడా చూస్తే మీరు ప్లే గ్రౌండ్ లేని స్కూళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. కేవలం వాళ్ళకి క్లాస్ రూమ్లో ఉండడమే ఎక్కువ అన్నట్టు అసలు గ్రౌండ్ లేని స్కూళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇట్లా చూసినట్టయితే యాజ్ అ కంట్రీ వీఆర్ హెడెడ్ ఇన్ అ డైరెక్షన్ విచ్ ఇస్ నాట్ హెల్దీ. సో దీస్ ఈవెంట్స్ ఆర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండ్ టు ప్రమోట్ అ సర్టన్ హెల్దీ లైఫ్ స్టైల్. అండ్ డెఫినెట్గా పిల్లలు ఎక్కువ ఆడాలి, అది రన్నింగ్ అనే కాదు, ఇతర స్పోర్ట్స్ కూడా ఆడాలి. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ ఐ థింక్ అడల్ట్స్ also need to indulge in a little bit of exercise, be it yoga, exercise, whatever anybody that their body type suits. I think I do a bit of gymming, but not as much as I should. I think Praveen knows, but not as much as I should, but I do a bit. I try and do a bit.
But you have participated in other countries also, marathon?
No, I haven't participated.
Never?
I have never participated. 42 kilometers is too much to run for me. Not at this age, but 3 kilometers were okay.
Before. I mean,
no,
at certain...
I haven't. I've only done gymming, but no. Thanks. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the entry fee, if there is any, and what is the prize money that you have decided for all the categories?
Where are you, sir? I can't see you.
Here.
The smoke.
The entry fee, at this point, it has come to so-called late registrations. In marathons, usually registrations open up 6 to 7 months before, and that's when we start our early bird registrations. And Hyderabad Marathon, believe you, for the first time in the country, and probably most in the world, has given loyalty discount programs where every year you've participated, you get a 10% off. So someone registering here for the 5th time gets their fee waived up at 50%. Having said that, right now the prizes would be ranging from 500 to 800 to 1,000 rupees, depending on which event you're running, and 1,200 based on the event that you are participating in.
Can you please be a little more specific?
Specific? Yes.
Yeah, as in which categories, which...
The 10K would be 800. The full and the half, the marathons would be 1,200. And the 5K and the 3K would be the 500.
And the prize money for the same?
It's about 7.5 lakhs.
Again...
That's the total money. Yes, the breakdown will be put up eventually. but at the point, we have 7.5 lakhs as the prize money for the full, the half, and the 10K, only for the top 3 elite athletes. Media. He goes, media free guys, he asked me. So I said, yeah, media will be free, and you should be running.
The other question.
Who covers?
The last question is, the press release here says that you're going to give out free T-shirts. So if you're charging the entry fee, how are the T-shirts going to be free? They can either be subsidized.
I don't know if the press release said giving free T-shirts.
It's there on the press release. I can show it to you if you want.
Well, what happens is now, every marathon, every event, there is a fee. This is not one of the so-called marathons people we organize just for a cause. This is a city sporting event where, you know, everybody comes in and we pay. Yeah.
See, the charges towards participation, I think the T-shirt comes free. That's the point. Why are you giving a long-winded answer? Come on, man. It's 500, 800, and 1200. No big money today's days. And, you know, those guys who are interested will participate. And I think it's voluntary. So, come on. Anyways, thank you so much. Appreciate you all coming. And please support the event. And please participate. Those of you guys who can run, I think you should run. Free is what he said. So please go back and horn Murali for that. Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ram.